Sunday the 1st of December, and Smallbone, the kitchen fitters, have now finished the kitchen. The units are there, the sink is plumbed in and in use, and they've put this beautiful oak trim around the edge of the kitchen surface. Then Mr. Cheeseborough, Mr. Evans, started the process of tiling in. All the electrics are now connected up, a hob is in use, tiling around the far side of the kitchen is still to be done, but importantly we have an oven and a microwave and a concealed fridge freezer. Now brought our airco factory table and chairs in for use in the kitchen, and we just await completion of the tiling and the decoration for this kitchen to be entirely finished. Meanwhile, the rest of the building work, they have cemented in the front part, which has been enlarged now to form an attractive ramp between the two buildings. It was cemented over the last 2 days, and that shuttering can now be removed, and we can put that past to good use. A windy day here on the Haylings, but our doves seem to be settling down. After 3 weeks enclosed by the mesh, we released the doves during some recent quiet, still but very cold weather, and they now fly quite readily backwards and forwards to the bird table where they eat with the rest of the flock. They're finding this windy weather a bit much, but it's good exercise for them. Fishing match in progress today. A few more long-standing sufferers of this wind. Trees are now off of the leaves are off the trees, and there's quite a wintry air to the river. Winter covers on the boat. I've been running the engine lately, and also running the central heating to keep the frost away from it. But it's turned mild now. You can see that we've removed that willow tree, that ash tree, used to be there. The gardener has really started clearing our new riverside plot in earnest. We'd had a big bonfire on November the 3rd, but now there's a lot more branches to burn, and also a lot more branches to cut up to fuel our 2 open fires that we now have. And in that corner, now been cleared for the new position of the shed workshop. All that wild lilac has been removed. Had some new holly plants there, because that is going to be encouraged as a mixed holly and hawthorn hedge all the way round. There's going to be an opening in the wire mesh there, and this outhouse here is going to be removed so that we can move our 15x9 workshop just there. But there's been a lot more building works taking place in the house. So let's start by looking upstairs in the link building. There's been some glazing and some doors put in. The roof is completely tiled, but it's yet to have the lead flashing which fully isolates it from the weather. Quite a different prospect up here in the link building. This is now sheltered from the weather. The doors are in, the ceiling has been put in place together with its trap door, access to the roof space. The lighting is still to be installed, and on Monday this area is plastered. First of all the rendering underneath, and then the final coat of plaster, which will finish the job for the decorators. A step has appeared between the two houses, which of course are on a different level, and the flooring has now been put in but not nailed down. Similar finishing to the rear of the building. Plasterboard in place, waiting for fine coat on that, and the other wall. This is going to make quite an interesting little area here. And over here the corridor's been put in, all of the stud partitions between the new baby's room there and the new ironing room have been done, just like the other house. And at each end of this corridor complex, 2 fire doors have been installed, which for the time being have got protective polythene coverings. So we now have an ironing room as well. Good light room. Still needs the floorboards screwing down in this one, as you can hear. Its door opening and its further door opening onto the balcony, which is yet to be finished. And that balcony will have a fine panoramic view of Willow Close, the back gardens, and of course via the balcony and via this window of the children's play area and eventual destination of the swimming pool. So much of the building work has now been completed in the upper part of the house, and we're starting to colonise certain parts of it. Walking up the step and along the corridor, we find that 3 bedrooms at the far end have been fitted out already, and at least one of them is in occupation. Across the threshold of Debbie's room, and her toys now been put back, and upper wall units filled with all her lesser used items, and she's now beginning to use this room for playing in with her racks of toys. Back out to the hall and to the guest room, and the guest room is now complete. The wall units are fully installed, together with a mirror, a dressing table and chair, and the headboard is in place with the cabinets now reversed to allow the bed to actually fit. The plant has been installed, and outside all that remains to be done is for the balcony to be finished, and you can now see the wonderful view and aspect our guests will get from this room. In the hall, the noise you can hear is from the occupied bedroom of Daniel, which was carpeted yesterday in a beautiful blue carpet, and we've also put all of his things in there. In our 2 new bathrooms, all the tiles have been removed, and we now have new tiles there, which are ready for installation. And in what used to be Deborah's room, we've now cleared it, both of junk and of dust, and I'll be moving my office through here whilst the builders first of all complete some plastering, then do some decorating. We're keeping the same wallpaper, we've got some more rolls accordingly, and then this room will be the baby's room. So, much work has been done. The next priority is the completion of the downstairs part of the link building, the installation of the boiler on Wednesday after 2 days of plastering. And then we hope to have a more satisfactory means of walking through the house both at the bottom as well as the top.